I just want to dive straight in. You've been working on this for a while, and I'm really curious, like, how you came up with an idea to have an app. I mean, granted, there's an app for everything, but like, you've created an app, you've created this little world. Tell me everything.
I am one of those people that just gets wild ideas in my head, and I don't know what I can't do until I'm like about halfway in, and then I realize, oh, this was much bigger than I thought it was going to be. So the origin story of Tasklandia is I had a really uncomfortable conversation with a marketing coach I was working with, and she said, "Okay, so have you done this?" I said, "No." And she said, "Okay, well, have you done this?" I said, "No." And she said, "Okay, well, did you do this?" I said, "I did three of them, um, out of 10." And
Yeah.
she, and she's like, "Okay, Chelsea, like, what do you need to do? Do you need to like turn this into a game or something?" And I went to bed that night. I went to bed early because it was too late for me to post about my business. But then I stayed up until 2 in the morning, Lucretia, playing the Pokemon card game, collecting stupid Pokemon cards to beat my boyfriend Ryan at a game that means nothing. And I realized that while I do love helping people, and while we're on this podcast to help people, what
Hmm.
really gives me my jollies, girl, is petty victories and lording them over the people I love. That is, I will get vicious at game nights. Like, it's not a family game night at the Albert household until somebody uses the F word.
Nice.
And so I drew up a chart the next day, and I mean, it's still on my fridge to this day. And I gave myself points based on what I had the biggest mental blocks around, and all of them happened to be marketing and reaching out and consistency. Um, and I told myself at a certain amount of points, I'm going to get me a new tattoo. And I just slapped it on my fridge. I just kept track every day. And the interesting thing was, I noticed that in about 6 weeks, my income went up by like 20%.
No
And
way.
dude, I was not
Heck
expecting it.
yeah.
And it was partially because I was just doing the things that I needed to do. I was reaching out to people. I was going out on more connection like calls. I was going out to more networking events. I was posting more often. People were just getting more aware of me. And the other thing is, I think my energy shifted. When I was playing for points, I wasn't thinking about trying to close a sale. So I wasn't reaching out with that commission
Right.
breath that, like, hey, end of the month, I've got a last minute appointment. Do you want to snag it? I was like, hey, just checking in on you. And people would respond, oh, hey, I've been meaning to call you. There's an energy, I think, about shifting your attention. So after about like 6 months of that, I needed people to play with. So I tried kind of making it a Facebook group sort of thing, and it just, it didn't have the engagement. It didn't have enough oomph to it. And so I dragged Ryan, sweet Ryan, into Barnes and Noble, and I went straight back to the computer tech thing, and I said, I'm going to build an app.
Wow.
Now, it didn't go so easily. I actually, like, I
No, it's
got a couple
complicated.
books. It's how I operate, and
Yeah.
99, like, every every 10th idea of mine is usually a banger. I jump a lot, and I make a lot of mistakes, and it's probably not the best way to go in business. There's a lot of really good cautionary tales against people like me, but it's it's I've never regretted my life. I've learned a lot of cool
Yeah.
things from it. So I get like two books. Don't even flip them open. I just bought them. And I flip them open because I thought, okay, well, coding, it's just a language. I'm pretty good with languages. I can pick up Spanish. I look, and page one is just code. Page two is code, and this was coding. This was app building for high schoolers and beginners. I understood none of it. So that I had to return those books.